أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. By the barakah of Sidi Shaykh, Sidi Mohamed Faouzi al-Karkari, Qaddasallahu sirrah. Notes from lecture of September 9th, 2024. Before starting this video, I would like to state that this work would never have seen the light without Sidi Shaykh. If something is wrong, it will be from myself, and everything that is correct is from Sidi Shaykh. In this lecture, Sidi Shaykh continues the explanation of the disciples' direct vision, Mushahada, in which he saw himself moving three small toys, resembling pyramids. These pyramids then transformed into two large mountains of glass. He climbed one of the mountains and jumped to the second, from which he observed the third pyramid rising. From the summit of this pyramid, he was able to see a garden filled with green trees and plants. In the first part of his response, Sidi Shaykh explained that pyramids are like columns, Amida, with the portion underground being significantly larger than the part above ground. This resembles the function of stake or a peg, watad. The same principle applies to mountains, as Allah created them to serve as pegs or stakes, autad. Since mountains and stakes share a similar structure and purpose, it is evident that mountains are designed to stabilize and anchor the earth. Sidi Shaykh also stated that the mountains are interconnected by ropes held by an angel. If Allah commands an angel to move one of these ropes, a mountain moves, resulting in an earthquake on earth. These mountains are connected to Mount Qaf, Jabal Qaf, which is a mountain that surrounds the whole earth and protects it, as if it's the glass, zujaja, of the earth. This is cited in the hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhu ardah, who narrates that this earth is surrounded by a sea, then a mountain, which is Mount Qaf. Then after Mount Qaf, there is a sea, then there is an earth, and so on until the seventh earth. The heavens are described as a series of rings in a desert, with each ring following the next. Similarly, the ring of the earth is surrounded by Mount Qaf, but after a sea. This pattern continues, an earth, then a sea, followed by Mount Qaf, and so on. Sidi Shaykh added that there is nothing strange about this, as it is based on a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Whether it is understood or not, it should be accepted with complete submission, because it is not based on an hypothesis or a theory of someone. Rather, this is Abdullah ibn Abbas, whom the Prophet ﷺ recognized as the ink of the nation, Hibrul Ummah. He acknowledged his interpretation of the Quran and his knowledge, ilm. Sidi Shaykh explained that these pyramids served as stations and were constructed by the people of Ad, Qawm Ad, who were the first to engage in this craft. As previously mentioned, knowledge was more apparent on earth, the further one goes back in time. The pyramids were not graves for burying people's bodies or remains. Rather, they are places where knowledge is collected. They function as centers that receive this knowledge. Even if one does not believe, they directly receive knowledge. At the very least, they serve as gateways to observe what exists within the lunar mansions. This is not achieved by ascending, but by receiving the wealth and energy that is stored in the lunar mansions. Their number is 28, and changed, just like the number of lunar mansions. As previously mentioned, these pyramids are not confined to Egypt, often referred to as the mother of the world, Dunya. They exist on all continents. The reason Egypt is associated with pyramid civilization is that the pyramids there remain largely intact, having neither disappeared nor eroded. Pyramids can be found even in Western countries and various other regions. Where these countries do not encompass the entire world, they are present in specific areas. Upon entering these pyramids, one discovers a wealth of knowledge inscribed on their walls, ceilings, and other surfaces. This knowledge spans multiple sciences. Sidi Shaykh noted that one might wonder, how can this be known or revealed? The answer lies within the Quran. Even the locations of these pyramids are mentioned in the Quran, but this requires an understanding of the Quran. Sidi Shaykh mentioned that the first language spoken by Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam was Arabic, after which other languages began to emerge. The Arabic language consists of 14 luminous letters, known as the Qawasim of the Quran, along with 14 additional letters that represent their shadows. This brings the total to 28 letters, which corresponds to the number of lunar mansions. These letters were used in the construction of the pyramids. Sidi Shaykh also noted that the shapes of Arabic letters have evolved over time. While the letters themselves remain the same, their forms have become more modern. One can observe this by examining manuscripts from the era of the Prophet ﷺ. So that was all for this video. Alhamdulillah الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا إن هدانا الله. لقد جاءت رسل ربنا بالحق. اللهم لك الحمد اللهم لك الحمد اللهم لك الحمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.